What's going on, everybody? Alex here. Today is March 26th, 2026. It's a beautiful sunny Thursday morning. It's about 11 a.m. where I'm at. Hopefully, it's beautiful and your day is youthful and you can get outside and get some sunlight today. But today, we are talking about the grind that never ends. And that grind is the self improvement grind. Yes, this is the grind that never ends. So I'm making this video because this is kind of a feeling that I've had a lot these past 3 years. I've just had this feeling of always needing to improve myself and always being productive every day. Or I kind of feel like I'm missing something in my day, and I kind of get depressed when I don't do that. Um, so this is kind of something I struggle with, and kind of want to share this kind of phenomena with you guys. So, and I kind of want to help you guys kind of try to avoid this feeling. Um, but yeah. So the self improvement grind. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much just striving to be better every day and changing yourself to be the person you want to be with doing the little things you need to do every day. So how can I say that it never really ends? How can I just say that how do I get to that point? You may be asking. So this feeling that you have that you always need to improve yourself and make yourself better, this kind of comes from our primal instincts, right? So thousands of years ago, when we were hunter gatherers, we really only just cared about survival and needing to get stronger and smarter. Um, so it's kind of our instincts kind of acting on us as well, like our primal instincts. They're kind of telling us that we need to get better in order to survive. Um, but you also have to remember that we're not in that world anymore. We're not out here stabbing woolly mammoths with spears and killing saber-toothed tigers. So I just want you to remember that that feeling you're having is a primal instinct. So, and with that, while it is our primal instinct kind of acting on that feeling, it's also it's honestly more so that humans kind of crave fulfillment. So they think that improving themselves will make themselves fulfilled until they realize that that train of self fulfillment is kind of endless, and the bar always gets moved past the goalpost. Um, so it's kind of like a never ending train of just feeling like you're not fulfilled. So let's say you know exactly who you want to be, and then you've done the work, and you finally get to a place where you feel like you have achieved the person you dreamed of being, and you're finally here where you want to. It's probably not going to feel right for most people. So this kind of happens when people's expectations of the lasting happiness after reaching a goal is kind of unrealistic. So when they kind of reach that goal and then the happiness isn't there, um, this is where this feeling comes from. And this feeling is called arrival fallacy. And it's a natural phenomenon that happens in people's heads. And it really sucks when this happens to people because they've probably put in a lot of work to obtain this goal, and when they realize it doesn't make them happy, people get really depressed because of this. So this phenomena is kind of why I think the self improvement grind never ends. It's because like you set a goal, you work really hard to get it, and then it's like you're still not happy, you know? So then the cycle just repeats itself, and then you're just improving other areas of your life where you want to improve because you think that'll make you happy, but it ends up that it probably doesn't make you as happy as it wants to be. So it's really hard to truly be fulfilled and be happy. And this is kind of why people say that you should enjoy the journey more than reaching the actual goal, is because of this phenomena. So let's talk about ego next and how ego kind of plays into this. So, for example, you see all these billionaires, right, making billions and billions of dollars. Why do you guys think they need all that money? Because they want to do all these cool things? Because they want to buy everything in the world? Sure, maybe, but what does that kind of all trace back to? Buying all these flashy things, having all this money, all of these properties and boats and cars. Well, if you trace it all back to what they're buying this for, it kind of leads back to ego. So what I say is, you want to control your ego because if you don't control your ego is going to control you. And what I mean by that is that if you let your ego get the best of you, then you're always going to be thinking about how you can be better than somebody else. And if you're always thinking about how you want to be better than somebody else, then you're always going to want to be improving yourself. So, and if you're somebody who is a slave to your ego, then you're really not even living your own life because if you're a slave to your ego, then you're honestly going to be thinking about other people 24/7 and then you're not even going to be investing your own time into your own life because you're too busy thinking about how you can be better than other people. So don't fall for this trap. It brings no good to anybody and just be aware for this. So I've suffered this with this a lot kind of recently, or these last 2 or 3 years. I'll start a goal, I'll kind of start working on it, achieve it, and then kind of realize it doesn't really get me anywhere, right? So how do I kind of get over this? Honestly, I just kind of tell myself that it's not really a rush to achieve these goals, and there's not really a big race because I feel like everybody is just such in a big competition to get to their end goal and become the person they want to be to kind of impress their peers and make the people who don't like them make them think that they're the big man and that they are way better than them because they did this thing and did that thing and yada yada yada. But you kind of just gotta tell yourself that you don't really need to impress anybody. Just live day by day and really live with the small things in life. Work on your goals, obviously. That doesn't mean like your goals are meaningless and you shouldn't reach them at all. Achieving your goals is awesome, but it's not gonna make you truly satisfied and truly happy in life. So I don't want you to set goals thinking that they're gonna magically change your life. They may change your life in some ways, but don't think that you're just gonna be just this super happy person. And before you were this really depressed guy because you did this one thing and have this one goal. Um, you need to do a little soul searching and you need to really enjoy the journey more than the actual destination. So, live in the moment more, live in the present more. Don't focus on the future too much, but also focus on the future enough so that your life won't suck when you're 50, 60 years old. Please don't burn yourself out with self improvement. Do something every day to work on yourself, but don't rush yourself. Don't think you're in a rat race to beat the other person. Um, but set time limits, make good time frames, but don't take care of yourself first before anything else. Don't let your mental health burn out because of this shit. Don't think you're a useless piece of crap because you don't have this or that or that. Everybody's at their own pace, and as long as you're working towards something slowly and you're happy, then who cares, right? And whatever you're working on, just make sure you enjoy the process truly. Because when you do achieve your goal, it probably won't feel as good as the overall process. So just remember that, and that concludes today's video, honestly. So thank you all for watching. I appreciate your time, and don't let yourself get burnt out because you're trying to be the best guy in the world and you're trying to be the richest or whatever. So go get some sun, go get some water, and have a good rest of your day, guys. See you guys later.